take a sidestep to this and kind of say, look, that's just the way it is, man. You're no longer going to be our primary carry for this. We're relying on Elk, and the Sion kind of adds to that.
Well, I will say, though, I think this Jarvan pick for Golden Guardians gives them a... This is the Wave is in a decent spot. Golden Guardians. This is a dangerous window here because they know that Gory has no TP and they're threatening a dive. Jarvan being spotted on the top side.
Yeah, they know it's a 3v2 at the best. There's going to be the Black Shield coming in on, not quite taking the aggro just yet. Stixxay will go down. First blood for BLG, who he's still underneath the tower here. They reset the aggro. It's not going to be On who has to take it, though. It has to go down onto Xun straight away. They're wasting a lot of time. They finally go in on top of it. He flashes away, but he shall not escape.
So River has his eyes on bot lane.
Oh, they're going to fully commit here because they know Stixxay doesn't have his flash yet, and who he just wasn't in a position. Movement there, Licorice needs to be very aware that he can't take too many of those trades there as Dragon gets secured by BLG. Land those CC cleanly, and now River maybe thinking about going for a bit of an engage here. They will not get the Black Shield or the Black Binding down. They're trying to see if they can maybe go for something else here. The Jinx Rocket goes on, Xun still ticking down, and will finally go down in favor of...
I feel like that this is just an expectation so far. As BLG do a great job of funneling out. He's higher XP than Yagao. It's ultimate.
Ridiculous. They're going to try and commit here onto River. They will not get the charm off in time, but they will get the knock up afterwards, and that's just as easy as you're very different. What you have available to you is very different, and I feel like that's going to be the big difference maker coming out into game number 3. It feels like BLG taking away that Yasuo in the draft phase did make a huge...
Yagao to bot. He's actually going to commit the TP to catch that wave. After securing that tower, the easy thing for Yagao to do is just clear the waves. Ultimate invested.
Going to try and get the flash out of Elk, but he hasn't had to use it just yet. Uses his cleanse as the Ignite came out onto River. Good heal comes in. Elk goes into the Feather Storm. They're trying to jump onto him. Elk has gone down. They're moving now onto On. They're getting the resets. There comes the Sion train. But Stixxay tries to sidestep it. The Black Shield's just a little bit too late. He's trying to burn down onto Xun, but he shall not get it. And Stixxay try to put down a little bit of damage. We've seen this gold difference of 14 presented by MasterCard quite a few times. They get a engage onto River, who does have the EQ to try and maybe get away from this, but they're fully trying to commit now onto him. The Unleashed Power doesn't finish him off. Who he going golden to try and get his ultimate off, and he will do just that. They throw in the ultimate On, not quite able to go down. The flash in, Licorice finds himself Xun, but everyone's got themselves a flash to get away. Golden Guardians thinking they maybe have an opportunity.
Gory is hesitant as he doesn't really have that much information on his side of the jungle, which means he's going to have to concede this tower, wait for the waves to come into him. Making sure they have prio in mid. On still gets rooted up, I think, by the traps.
No, he got hit by the Dark Binding.
Really?
Yeah, as he went back to the bot, he got hit by the Dark Binding. But now, you see the Sion engage, not really going to land onto anybody. EQ was denied as Licorice finds himself on the backside, puts down the Stat Frets presence, they jump onto Elk, but River is now already dead. You've lost your front line, and nobody from BLG has gone down. The idea
is their composition from last game. Yagao, see danger here, nice sidestep.
His happy feet, he will get stunned up, but will they commit to him? That is the question. They will look from there. There's the Unleashed Power. After he uses the stopwatch, we're going to see On just kind of going in. Two-man scatter the weak. Means that Stixxay's got nowhere to go, and he's going to fall down. This is Golden Guardians falling apart a little bit. They thought with that ultimate, get that range kind of going for it, but now River caught out in his own jungle a little bit. They will jump onto Elk just very quickly and try and burn him down, but they don't have the damage. Elk finally getting go up into his ultimate, but he's taken out. They've killed off the 80 carry of BLG, but Stixxay trying to see if he can get away from Yagao. He cannot. It's a trade of 1-for-1. Who he trying to see if he can survive as the Rakan is the next one to fall. It's support for support. Finally, River will go down. Licorice is on the backside here. Yagao not quite able to get killed. Yes, he will. The turret helps out his team a little bit. Licorice is in a lot of trouble, though, as they try to use a little bit more damage. Gets Xun over the wall, and he gets the kill as well. Xun finally cleaning up this fight for BLG as they fight between the turrets.
Wow, BLG walk away the victors once more. Another massive team fight in the top side jungle. As Golden Guardians, they're able to get that initial pick onto Elk, but it costs them so much. And this top jungle duo on the top side of the map, and I think this is consistent with what we see in River in danger. River
is in danger, and he's going to get jumped on as well. Gets hit up by the Sion. There's just nothing he can really do.
Secure for BLG.
Yeah, you got no sneaky spellbook smite to come out here right now.
Maybe Gory's burst could be enough.
It could be, but I'm not an optimist. I'm a little bit of a glass half empty here for the Golden Guardians as BLG look to try and secure themselves a big purple worm. We will see the Keeple's Verdict come out. They tried to go for a bit of a cheeky play. I like it. They did get the jungler not away, so he's going to be...
lane spectacularly. Bin has had so much more control over Licorice in the topside matchup, and they've used their agency once again, isolated in the bot lane.
They know how big of a carry you were in game number 1. They do not want it to happen, or in game number 2, and they do not want it to happen here in game number 3. Throwing everything at Licorice in the top side. This one feels a little personal as they get down the Golden Guardians top laner, and they are going to continue their push now in this bot side.
Now with the Baron buff, they're looking to try and already. So BLG should have a very comfortable siege, and Gory not really with much rate. Good damage though.
Oh, fantastic damage, and dodged out on, but now he's a little bit isolated away from himself. A stopwatch for Yagao keeps him alive, but Stixxay was left all on his lonesome. Yagao will be traded back, so they do get the mid laner of BLG, but they've lost their AD carry. No one can kill the Scion.
Absolutely no one can. Great dive from BLG to shut down the AD carry of Golden Guardians. The reset's coming in from River, but that's going to be 2 inhibitors 24 minutes in. BLG are dominating here in Game 3 and re-establishing themselves as top dogs of this group.
They really are trying to see if they can just kind of, as I said, a little bit of a bump in the road before getting themselves to the bracket stage. A couple of question marks to really kind of come out of this one here as they do get the knockback, and that's mean that the Xayah is no longer here. That means there's no consistent damage, so Golden Guardians might have picked the perfect target to knock away from this fight. They'll pick up on Bin is very, very tanky. You still don't quite have Stixxay here, and now Elk can rejoin the fight. It's a 4v2 for the moment as Huhi looks for a little bit of a flank. Stixxay finally finds himself here as they look for a little bit more. Huhi will not get his throw down these feathers as Bin is just unstoppable. The fridge that is in that top lane, the Scion just beefing himself up and saying, hit me with what you got.
BLG have the Nexus in their eyes. The question is, will they look to try and end? The Bin is a literal meat shield.
Yep.
No one could come close to him.
Hell upon Golden Guardians. There's going to be the flank of all flanks. They will spot it out though. Flickers can get it, but BLG, they're not going to. They all start to go back on him. So your flank has turned into your death, your tomb, as the rest of BLG just descend upon you. Nothing you can do.
Now they're threatening the final tier 3 tower. Golden Guardians will do what they can to hold the line, but against Bin,
he's not taking damage. He's just not taking damage. Look at him just walking forward saying hit me with everything, because it's not gonna matter. It doesn't matter how much damage you have. It's not gonna make a difference. Bin going towards a tank. Very off kind of, center for him, but it is looking fantastic, and BLG putting their faith into Elk, the carry that has done so well for them. Yagao takes out Stixxay. River shall no longer be of this earth. It took them a little longer than they expected, but it's looking like BLG should be able to get themselves up into the bracket stage. They will join JDG and T1 and Gen G and the rest of the teams to bring themselves up into the real best of 5 challenge.
Golden Guardians holding the line for the time being. On, likely to lose his life, but so will Huhi.
Yeah, Licorice just seeing if he can keep Yagao away. They're just trying to delay at the moment, a flash away. It's going to take a little bit longer without their AD carry. They cannot burn these health bars down, and Gory stays alive. Licorice and Gory just keeping everybody at bay and making me look very
BLG overall commanding, controlled, and just a replication of what we saw in their Game 1. Fantastic river control, heavy investment in bots. Bin looking for a fight.
I mean, Bin's just going straight in 1v3. They want everything there. They want to kill off Huhi as well. He will flash away. The Keeper's Verdict is good to knock back a couple of people. Bin still standing strong, still standing forward. Licorice just hasn't got a health bar. And BLG, they felt like they should have won on that last push, and they will almost certainly win on this one.
Engage from River.
Going for a little bit more on, actually, a little bit. Yagao puts in the ultimate. Stixxay is down, and they've got Gory as well. There's no more damage to be had. On sacrifices his life. Huhi is the last one left standing. And finally, BLG will take the win and bring themselves to the bracket stage.